All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new episode. And this week we're at episode number 72. We call this one, You're Making Excuses. So let me start from the beginning. Tom Danger, born in Harlem, New York. 118th Street, between Lenox and 7th. Growing up, my neighborhood was pretty much filled with crack, cocaine, angel dust. Our neighborhood was known for the Bombazi, which was dust. Most of the teenage boys in my neighborhood sold dust. Most of us grew up in poverty. So in order for some people to find a way out, they chose the streets as the path to financial freedom, which actually just led to the path of jail or death. When I was growing up in elementary school, I went to a school that's called PS 207. It was probably one of the worst schools in the district. Classes were overcrowded. Teachers were extremely stressed. Nobody listened. But for some reason, I was there from the second grade through sixth grade. And I noticed that even though in the class, let's say if there were 27 kids, 22 of them misbehaved. 5 of us actually did what we were supposed to do. But pretty much everyone in the class still passed and went on to the next grade. Sort of like setting us up for failure. Just push us through the system. We get out of school. Some kids went home to do their homework. Other kids went to hang out on the corner. Just to hang on the corner. And other kids went to sling or went to sell drugs. Very flashy. Everybody wanted to have new sneakers on, new clothes. Like that's all we really cared about. We just cared about looking fresh for each other. This is what we look forward to. We didn't really care much about school. But my parents or my mother instilled in me that as long as you have knowledge, you can advance yourself. And while the people who chose to sell drugs, they did what they did, and I chose to stay in school or whatever, I actually took a step back and I would learn from their mistakes. And I noticed that when most of the young men went to prison, they would always read certain books. Or when they come home, as they say, they would tell us on the block about different books that they read. So I would take it upon myself to go and get those same books and read them. Now, I was already into reading books thanks to my godmother. There was a book that I read when I was younger by the name of, I think it was called Hans Gretel. I don't remember the name of the book. I just know that it was this big, thick red book that was boring. It had all these complicated words. But in the summertime, instead of me sitting outside playing with everybody all day long, she would say, every day for 30 minutes, you had to sit in the house and read this book. And that's what I did. So even though that was something that I didn't really enjoy doing, after a while, I appreciated reading. And then once I seen that certain guys went to prison and they came home and they told me about different books, I was already used to reading the books. So then I would want to read those books. Now, again, people in the neighborhood selling drugs, robbing, stealing. I was loosely associated with certain people, but I still went on the straight and narrow. I still went to school. I became a father at a very young age, 18 years old, got married at a very young age. 21, I was married. had 2 kids already. One time I was holding down 3 jobs while going to school. I remember being in high school, my high school teacher telling me that the only way that I would ever make $65,000 is when my mother found me in a body bag up in Harlem. That was very common back in the day. When you did things in the streets, it wasn't uncommon for people to find your body dumped somewhere in a lot. I'm actually going to show a picture that I found online of my neighborhood when I was growing up. So then, fast forward. And I was fortunate enough to start working in a hotel. And I knew that even growing up as a child, I always had this passion for hip hop. And I was going to devote part of my life to living out this dream. And I remember when I started putting out mixtapes some time ago, there was a guy I saw by the name of Troy Ave. Wherever I put my mixtapes, I see that he put his mixtapes, or vice versa. And it was just something within me that on a daily basis, like I just knew that I wanted to be an artist. So I had to continually put material out there. And that's another story, you know. This is the story about me meeting Russell Simmons and him turning me down for my demo and so forth. But I mentioned Troy Ave to say, as far as living out a dream, the strategy to get ourselves out there was pretty much the same. You know, you back in the late 90s, early 2000s, you put out as many mixtapes as possible, get as much exposure as possible, and then you build a buzz, and then whatever happens from there happens. I chose to stop. I stopped making music because my wife and I, we had twins. And then there was a certain point in time when I did have a nice local buzz. But then I decided to take my focus off of music to focus on our twins, that were born premature. So put the music to the back burner. Now, going to work, providing for my family was a struggle at one time, but then we started to sustain. Everything was going good. But I found myself struggling to get out of bed every morning. You know, here I am, I'm making some decent money. But when it came time to go to work, I just felt unmotivated, you know. And if you relate to this, you know, leave a comment. Like you ever find yourself like you get up in the morning and you got nice clothes, you're living in a nice area, you drive a nice car, your wife is still with you, she didn't leave you for nobody else, your kids are doing all right, but then something within you, you still just feel unfulfilled. It feels like there's something missing in life. The money in the job isn't driving you. The question is, you start asking yourself, like, what's my purpose? What am I passionate about? What am I supposed to be doing? That's the way that I felt. And I felt that way for a very long time. So I decided to go back to music. Shameless plug, Motivation and Confidence, Volume 1, The 7 Steps is out now. Check it out on tommydanger.com or any digital music platform. You can just check it out. Stream it for 30 seconds. See if you like it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All good. I appreciate you. But I knew that even beyond music, I wanted to do something for a greater purpose. Hence, motivation and confidence. I felt that people have always told me that when I speak to them, it's very calming. It's sort of like I can help bring focus during confusion. Mind you, my stuff be all over the place. I got like if somebody could unscrew like the side of my head and open it up, it's all kind of, it's like circus, like just stuff bouncing, going all around, all over the place. Which is why I meditate, because my thoughts be all over the place. But I had to find something in life that gave me a greater purpose and that I'm passionate about. I love talking. Yes, I still love making music, but I also love helping people. I hope that this podcast reaches somebody. I hope that this podcast touches you in a particular way so that you can find out what your purpose is and do what you love to do or how you can serve other people. You know, there is something online that I found. It was actually, I think it was documented by Dr. Phil. It's called the 10-7-5, right? And in the 10-7-5, it talks about your 10 defining moments, 7 critical choices, and 5 pivotal people. And this basically should help you determine how your life has shaped thus far, right? 10-7-5, 10 defining moments, 7 critical choices, and 5 pivotal people. And I say that to ask you this. Go through the exercise and then ask yourself, why are you not living the life that you want to live? I tell you why. You're making excuses. Remember when I talked about getting up in the morning and living in a nice house or a nice apartment and wearing nice clothes and driving a nice car and you got a decent job? You're comfortable. But you see other people who have had less than you somehow just spring up past you and they're living a life that's full of passion. And, you have people who've become authors and people who've started small businesses. What are you doing? You're staying in your comfort zone. You got to get outside of your comfort zone. You got to stop making excuses. Stuff is always going to happen. Violations on my house, sick parents, no gas for several months, madness happening in the neighborhood, money trouble. But I will do a podcast every week because I know that it's going to help someone. Stop making excuses. You have to commit to yourself. You have to commit to yourself on a daily basis. Why don't you start small like this? Like just take 5 minutes every day. Once you define where you are in life right now and whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is, you commit to yourself 5 minutes every day for the next 30 days. And write it down, whatever it is that you want to do. And I will commit to this every day for the next 30 days. And then come back and let's talk about it. Right? And I also found online from a site called Pay to Exist, 4 steps to unshackled commitment. Because you have to commit to yourself. We're quick to commit to other people, right? So we're going to commit to going to work and working at a job that we don't really enjoy because we don't want our kids to go through what we've been through. We want to give them something greater. Absolutely. I get it. But then now we're waking up every morning frustrated that we're going to a job that we don't enjoy. Instead of showing our kids that as long as you create a strategy and put a plan in place, you can live the life that you want to live. But you have to make the commitment to yourself and take baby steps. It's not taking huge leaps and bounds. Trust me, I've been there. I've quit my job twice, fell flat on my face, busted open, think that I was going to be a superstar. Didn't work out. Guess what? Back to the drawing board, started over. And there may be certain things in life where you've determined what your passion is, but it's not going to play out the way that you want it to play out. Social media would have you blinded, would have you jaded, because people create these false perceptions and put it out there. Your business venture is not going to look like the next person's business venture. You're meant to create your own story. Your story is not going to be the same as my story. But the point is that you got to be in it. You got to commit to it. Right? 4 steps. Step number 1, get your mindset right. You know what I talk about with the mindset? The mindset always starts with the vision. Begin with the end in mind. It's said by Stephen Covey. Refine your goals. You always have to have a goal, right? You got to think about the finish line. 3, focus on what's important. Your passion is what is important. Don't worry about all of the things that are going to go wrong, because they're things that are going to go wrong. You just got to keep pushing forward. The 4th thing is holding yourself accountable. Are you going to commit for the next 30 days? 5 minutes out of your day for you? Make that commitment to yourself. Like, subscribe, share, leave comments, talk to me. Send me an email, tommydanger@gmail.com. Say, Tommy, this makes sense. Or, Tommy, you're out of your mind. I want to hear from you. Shout out to all my people in San Jose, California. Shout out to all my people in the UK. Shout out to my people down in Florida. Thank you for listening. I see you. I see what's going on, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Also, we have a contest this week. If you could send me a message, this is real simple, and the first 2 people that can tell me what is the title of episode number 33 will get a motivation and confidence cap or Scully. I have a few left, so episode number 33, send me an email, tommydanger@gmail.com, tommydanger@gmail.com. You'll get a hat or a Scully. And like I said before, please like, subscribe, and share. You're listening to Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. Tom Danger. Like this. It's Tom Danger, so I'm sick with the pen, yo. Lennox Ave 18th, you know how I go. The city feel it, brother, so I spit real easy. Olive oil dudes wanna do it good and greasy. Please be kept to your senses and don't get it twisted, cause I'm smiling on the TV. See me, I don't hold a ratchet. My man quarterbacks it and he knows how to pass it. Hollow points get dramatic and your whole team can catch it. Sorry for your loss. Mommy tears trickle down her face. Oh Lord, he was a good boy. Why they had to take my boy? But he ran with them boys, fucking with the wrong boys. This ain't a cinema, it's no fee to enter. The summertime can be just as cold as the winter, bruh. Get your North Face, step into your Timberlands. What I spit ridiculous to leave you so shivering. The flow's God sent, at times I'm ignorant. Hooba Canuba, do you fuck it? I'm the super duper. Voice gets the panties off like a song by Luther. Like a song by Luther, that's real crazy. Tommy Danger just be doing the damn thing. We call this one, it's a rap. It's just a rap, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling my zone right now, so let's get back into it like,
You are listening to Motivation and Confidence Volume 1, The 7 Steps by Tom Danger.
Tom Danger. Now and later, man. Now hour later, man, ain't no one greater. Middle finger up, say hi to your hater. Dough so fresh that I should have been a baker. Game all day, show you how to be a player. My wave, so fresh, no more, no less. Boot on my neck that keeps me blessed. With chocolate brownie, she keeps me obsessed. Been through the class and I passed the test. Check the status and I'm not impressed. Hashtag Tom Danger, you'll see the rest. Blueprint laid out to be your best. With a Harlem type of groove, Dapper Dan type of smooth. They call me Cool Breeze when I step up in the room. Every time I drop in, it feel like June. Tick, tick, tick. Every time we drop in, baby steady, hey, baby steady winning. That's why we always get it. Every time we drop in, baby steady, hey, baby steady winning. That's why we always get it.
Jimmy Thomas. Look at their faces, you see how they hate. What? Hating so hard, boy, they worse than the races. Load up a chopper and aim at some faces. They try to rob us, they making front pages. To me, they could rob us with plug conversations. I raised the roof, but I came from the basement. Business in Harlem, that shit is adjacent. Call me the baker, I'm whipping the kicker. Baking that bread up, I'm talking about paper. She twists my dress, then I'm gon' see her later. Give me some head, then I go get a taper. Black and the gray, man, we mob like the Raiders. Niggas, they hating, don't do me no favors. I'm not a kid, but don't fuck with no strangers. I cop a whip and this gon' be the latest. This is a banger, boy. Shout out to Danger.
Drop in, baby steady, hey, baby steady winning. That's why we always get it. Every time we drop in, baby steady, hey. Steady winning. That's why we always get it. Every time.
And you gotta remember in your mind, there's nothing that's stopping you from being great. Only thing that you have to do is just decide to do so. You take the stand today and just say, I'm gonna be great. When you wake up in the morning, today is gonna be a great day. I feel great. Let the words manifest itself. Don't think that it's all hype. Don't think that I'm charged up over something make-believe. I am living proof. You were born to be great. Turn off the noise, everything else that's outside, and step into your greatness.
Motivation and Confidence, Volume 1, How to Start Your Ideas. Tommy Danger, Now Later Man. So we have this concept of a ebook with a soundtrack, right? And I thought it was really cool because Motivation and Confidence comes from the podcast that we deliver on a weekly basis. It talks about everyday topics in life and how you could basically strategize and deal with different challenges that you may have. Motivation and Confidence. Fresh type of fashion, stay with a good look. Seen it in a magazine, yeah, that's a good look. Stack your chips up, shine up your whip. Keep a rag on me, cause I'm hood rich. Tom Danger. Tom Danger. Had to level up cause shit done changed. I get deep in my thoughts, I don't think small change. I don't roll with a shooter, just a pocket type computer. $1 billion dreams while I'm thinking in the future. Laid a path, yeah I did the math. On the road to the riches on the automated path. I respect the intellect, she can keep a fake ass. We can build up but she can build with the trash. Dame Dash, yeah I'm the boss. Some want the freedom, don't want to pay the cost. They want to look rich but they really think poor. I can spot that type when they walk through the door. no more. Gotta build to lead us. Kings make change so they can't bleed us. They need us. We genius. Tom Danger. Leaders.
You are listening to Motivation and Confidence Volume 1. The 7 Steps by Tom Danger.
7 Steps by Tom Danger.
Step 1. First you gotta start with the vision. See it in your mind and begin with the end. Step 2. Write it down. Map at your plan. When the pieces start to move, you'll better understand. Step 3. The vision and the plan move the draft. As things move along, you'll be steady on the path. Step 4. Execute your vision to a test route. Very necessary so your plan stay full. Step 5. Make sure you take that feedback. That's what the test route's for. And the point is, never burn your bridges. Never burn your bridges. You know, I've heard older people say to me, you get further with honey than what you do with vinegar. You never compromise your own integrity for the sake of the way that another person behaves. You are who you are in your character. Now, that's not to say that you should allow yourself to be a pushover to anyone. He know he was wrong. I made that abundantly clear, like, yo, you bugging.
What they say don't make or move me. Nope. This real life, I write my movie. Yep. Pumpkin spice don't make me bougie. I take my time, yeah, I'm choosy. No space here for fake ass.
And with that, when you start with the vision, that is in itself the small change. The small change starts in your mind. It is a mental shift. It is not getting caught up in living and believing that all you are here to do is to work a job for someone else. You have a greater purpose. And you have to tap into that greater purpose, and you have to cater to that greater purpose on a daily basis.
Like this, I said danger's a character, they ain't no sparing ya. I'm the best in the east of America. With one shot, I'm hot like a Dillinger, and I'm fine like an 83 Behringer. The whole team be the street me militia, strong enough to make waves on the Richter. Scare lit and tails a purple heart for the victor. You'll see me sipping shots of the liquor. Damn, I'm a problem, cause no flow sicker. Understand that I'm a bandit like Antonio Banderas. My words to the beat is like polygamy and marriage.
Hold the fuck up, Tom Danger. Niggas ain't ready for that shit. Can I get a mic check 1, 2?